Hello and welcome to, whoa, that was loud. Welcome to Face Check. You are joining me for Netrunner. This is the summer game night kit held at Wayland Games in August 2015. On the left is me playing Noise, and on the right is my opponent Ross playing NBN Near Earth Hub. This is not a good matchup for me. Near Earth Hub has a lot of fast advanced tricks, and I do not have any instant speed clot, which could make things rather difficult. NBN and Near Earth Hub in particular is a very strong corp, has been for quite a long time. You remember in my last video talking about Criminal defining the meta. Near Earth Hub defines it equally on the corp side. Dominated for quite a while until Worlds 2014, where Dan piloted Replicating Perfection to the championship, but it was still a very strong deck. It's very hard to counter Near Earth Hub for a number of reasons. One, when you have the ability on the card, whenever you install a new remote for the first time, you get to draw a card from R&D. So that helps you power through your deck. It rewards you for doing something that you want to do anyway, and just kind of combos into being able to install something again next turn. Additionally, it comes with 17 influence to the standard ID's 15, giving you a little more to play around with. And thirdly, it is NBN, so speaking of influence, they don't need to import Jackson Howard, so there's another 3 influence, making it almost a 20 influence ID, at least until Jackson cycles out. All in all, a very strong ID, very popular. It's got 2 main variants. One is the fast advance, characterized by Sansan City Grids, AstroScript, and all these versions. But basically, the corp will aim to install and score on the same turn. Now, a couple of packs ago, there was a card called Clot, a virus program, which, when installed, would prevent that happening. The corporation could not install and score on the same turn. This was signaled was heralded as the end of fast advance, but that's not proven to be the case. Even though maybe 50% of a field may slot Clot as a splash or as one of their main cards. There was a counter released at the same time, Cyberdeck's Virus Suite, which when rezzed and trashed, purges viruses, which will then allow you to score off the back of that. So a lot of decks have been putting that in, especially as other viruses are very strong. There's been a card for a while, Cyberdeck's Trial, which is the same thing but an operation. But since that will take up one of your clicks that you need to be using to advance, not quite as popular. Here I don't know if that's the version that Ross is playing. The other popular version is Butcher Shop, or most popular version at least, and that aims to kill the runner, let the runner steal an agenda, then mid-season some for loads of tags, and then just whittle them down until they're dead with meat damage cards like Scorched Earth or Traffic Accident. And that's more characterized by the ability to burst up in money very quickly. And here, it's still unclear which one he is. He's going for money. He's iced up his centrals, and not really showing if he's scoring. I did run into a Sansan City Grid, which would suggest fast advance, but can't rely on that, as even a Butcher Shop may put Sansan City Grid in as well. So, Ross's start here is very strong, and that's one of the good things about Near Earth Hub. It's very consistent. You're getting the draw, you're getting the cards you need, you can play them in the order you want, and again, one of the reasons why it's such a strong ID. Here I've not gone off at all. The things that I have installed, you managed to power shut down my Shahrazad, which ruined the sort of which had the data sucker on it, which I was going to sell to Aesop to power my economy. I've got Wild Side down, but at the moment I don't have adjusted chronotype, so I'm just losing a click, although getting cards, but not finding the viruses that I need. So no caches, no Gravediggers, no Clot until just there. Clot, it's itself. In fact, I injected there, so Clot's now in my heap, when it would have been very handy to have it and stop any fast advance shenanigans. There I install Imp, which is a virus, using Noisy's ability, mills one card, but then I ran on the remote and found another city grid, Sansan city grid, and used Imp. Imp lets you trash a card for one of the virus tokens on it, rather than paying the cost, and as Sansan city grid costs 5 to trash, it's a very good use of it. So I'm 1-0 up, but I'm actually relatively far behind in the grand scheme of the game. And here is the sort of beginning of the end, and definite signal as to what kind of deck Ross is. There he installs advances an agenda, then reses Sansan City Grid. Sansan City Grid reduces the number of advancement tokens required, so you can score a 3-2 in one turn. I run on my turn there, get rid of the Sansan City Grid. Always something that's worth doing, regardless if they've scored an Astral Script or not. But what he can do now is he can chain Astral Scripts into other Astral Scripts. So the token that is on Astral Script there allows him to use that to place an advancement token on any other card that can be advanced. So here he's going to install advance, then use the Astral Script token for 3 advancements, which lets him score another Astral Script. So this is colloquially known as the Astral Train, not the original origin of the word. Astral Train was a transformer, and just purely because of the astral part, Aprechi Scott, another sort of Netrunner videocaster, brought up Astral Train, but it's been appropriated by the community as being because you can chain one Astral Script into another Astral Script, and it just kind of chains along until you've scored out. Because if you can do a third Astral Script, then you can score any other agenda or any other 3-2 very easily. There you'll see my day going from bad to worse. I install Clot to try and slow down this fast advance nonsense, make a run into Archives to see what I've milled, and run into Cyberdeck's Virus Suite. Cyberdeck's Virus Suite on access purges the Corp's Choice, and when viruses are purged, Clot is trashed. So I can't stop, for example, this Beal being scored, which takes Ross to 6 points of the 7 that he needs. But on the plus side, he no longer has a token, so it's going to be much harder for him to score his last 3-2. However, there are 2 1s in the deck as well, agendas. Breaking news, I've stolen 1. A lot of these decks will only run 2, so if he can find the other one, he's looking good. But if not, then I might have a chance to slow him down a little more. On my turn there, I sold to Aesop. I had no money to start of turn. I sold Data Sucker to Aesop for 3, click 2 for a credit, click 3 for a credit, and then click 4, used Sure Gamble. So finish my turn on 9. That'll let me start installing things, but very uphill battle from here in order to do anything worthwhile. So Ross is gaining a credit at the start of every turn for pad campaign. I can't really afford to go and trash it. Not sure I would, even if I could. You'll notice me leaving the screen there. I was asked a question about stack demons, whether Jin on Scheherazade and then installing something on Jin also gave you the 1 credit discount. It does not. Demons only trigger from the things that are on 1 level of hosting. So if you install something on Jin, you can use the MU benefit of it, but you cannot get a credit back for Scheherazade, which Jin is installed on. Something that comes up or has come up previously, but well clarified within the FAQs. So on Ross's last turn, when he thinks I wasn't looking, maybe try to sneak out an agenda behind that ice. I've had Faust in hand for a while, but not had the money or the cards really to do anything with him. I can't just leave what's there because he can score it, so I need to go have a look. But again, with only 3 clicks in a turn, it's very difficult to get as much done as I want. But there I run through Enigma, cost 2 cards because I want to keep the click that I have, and I managed to steal a Project Beale. Now, there is also 2 points in Archives, an NAPD, and at the moment I can't afford it. So if I can just somehow find another agenda, whether in his hand of R&D or behind that remote that he just installed, I could still claw this back. It's not entirely over. Alternatively, if I manage to mill a number of cards, I can always pop Hades Shard and access without making a run. So here I need to decide what to do. I know Ross knows that I can get in, and he knows that I know that there is 2 points in Archives. Now it's possible that he's installed a Jackson on the far end, and I run to check it out. Indeed, it is a Jackson, but he doesn't use them. So Jackson Howard lets you remove him from the game to shuffle 3 cards from Archives back into R&D. He instead lets me access, and I can't let him stay on the table, so I pay the 3 credits, half my money, to get rid of him. And then I check the other remote. Alright, I aim to check the other remote, but remember that I've already seen it. It's another pad campaign. So instead, I don't think he's installed an agenda, and I'm taking a little bit of a risk here. I put a Parasite down to get rid of the Enigma, which will mean I don't have to keep spending cards to get into that remote, or eventually get rid of the remote. But again, too little too late. Ross gains a credit at the start of his turn, taking him up to 7. Takes his mandatory draw, and then looks to score out his last couple of points. Now he doesn't have enough money to res a Sansan and double advance, so he reses a Sansan there. I've nothing on board, as I said. I've no instant speed clotting, but I do remember to pop Hades Shard just in case I can get anything before game over. I may have, those last 2 cards may have been 2 pointers, highly unlikely but possible. And then I say didn't have enough money, but he does have shipment from Sansan, which is a double. Costs no money, but allows you to place 2 advancement tokens, and with Sansan City Grid resed, that's all you need. Two of the 3 to score, and that is Ross 1. So not looking too great for me. As I said, I only need 1. Oh, I didn't say at the start of the game. I came into this game having won all 4 of mine, and Ross had only won 3. 3 wins, 1 loss for Ross. If I can win one of these games, I'm pretty much a shoo-in for taking it down. And if I won both, I would have been guaranteed the victory. However, with Ross taking the first game off me, it's going to be everything to play for in the second. And even if I lose that one, we'll go to the final game. It's a 4-round of Swiss game night kit, only 9 players, and we'll play off for the victory. The Femme Fatale, and there was a Gordian up for grabs as well. I'll put that video up tomorrow, hopefully, and if you enjoy watching, listening to my dulcet tones, please like, subscribe. I'll continue making these videos. It's not just Netrunner that I do. We'll also be doing Conquest. It was Conquest tournament the day after. I'll put those videos up, and in that case you're not just following me. I do not make it to the top table in that instance. And we'll also get up some Mage Wars, a board game, or card game again, and we'll be looking to put up some Imperial Assault as well quite soon. So if you play any of the games, definitely worth sticking around for. And as I said, please like, subscribe, leave some comments, let me know what you think and what you'd like to see next.